way, I do want to thank Wolverine. I see him in the chat.
Take it to the house, I'm about to touchdown. G's living lavish.
Come on, God. Come on, God. Yeah!
Belly's big, but they full. We do it big. I know you wish you could.
Welcome to Wolverine Sports Talk. I'm your host, Coach Mike Jones, formerly of Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Proud YouTube channel. So shout out to Kurt Steele, LL Cool Torrance, Valerie Bordeaux, and the rest of my Proud Nation family. But y'all already know, man, this is from my Michigan Wolverines and my Detroit Lions. This is Team Wolverine. And we're trying to take over YouTube, man. Do me a favor. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, help me get this content out to more Wolverine fans like yourself. You know, it's Wolverine Nation, man. We're trying to take over, man. That's what we're trying to do here. Hey, and comment on the videos if you like, man. I love to hear your opinions, your thoughts, whether they're good, whether they're bad. Maybe there's something I haven't tackled that you want me to tackle. You can just drop a comment in the comment section, man. I love to chalk it up. And if you're one of those people who really don't like being on the spot like that, you can email me, Wolverine, at wolverine.net. I will always get back to you in a timely manner. Y'all know how I do, man. I'm that guy, man. Hey, do me a favor. Go to www.wolverine.com and get you one of these all white Wolverine teas for $10, man. They're only $10 right now. And stop by the poll. I have a poll at the top of the page, man. And you can vote on which Wolverine products that you want me to release. I'll be releasing at the start of the season. I don't want to release nothing that y'all don't like. You kind of look at me like, I'm straight. No, I want to get everything in there you like. I want to make it a hard selection, so you be like, ooh, you be stuck for a minute. That's what I'm trying to do, man. But let's get into what I'm trying to talk about today, man. And it's the Kansas City Chiefs. It's the Detroit Lions. It might be game of the year. Or it will be one of those games in the season that we all remember. If you just look at the dynamics of the game, it's so impactful. The things that really stand out to me between the Detroit Lions and Kansas City Chiefs, one is the receiver core for the Chiefs. You know, Marcus Valdez-Scantling, Kadarius Toney, Travis Kelce, you got Jerick McKinnon, Isaiah Pacheco, and the rest of those guys. But then you look in the Detroit Lions, and we got Cam Sutton, we got Tracy Walker, and we got C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and we got Emmanuel Mosley, and we got Kirby Joseph. And that matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs receivers and the Detroit Lions defensive backs is intriguing. Because we all know, well, maybe we all don't know, but traditionally defenses start off faster than the offense, right? Because usually there's a thing that you got to iron out the wrinkles, in an offense. That usually takes a couple games, a couple weeks, really to do that. Defense is more instinctive. Right, offense you might have an issue with timing, right? Like it's never the same going into the next year. Your offense can never be the same, and you think you're gonna succeed. So there's some things that they have to take advantage of, and maybe the loss of Eric Bieniemy to the Commanders might be bigger than what we think it is. So that's something to keep in mind, but we have a young veteran defensive backfield, and I think that is going to be an intriguing matchup between those Kansas City Chiefs receivers, those weapons, and our defensive backfield. I think that's going to be a heavy hitter right there. Also, another matchup that I'm really looking forward to seeing is our offensive line. Full strength, ready to go. Them barbarians, them savages, them violent savages out there taking on the Kansas City Chiefs defensive line. It is our offensive line finally ready at full strength to enforce their will upon the Kansas City Chiefs. That is, you know, me, I'm a D-line coach. I'm around linemen all the time. I love I love it up front because no matter how many weapons you have, the game is won and lost up front. Period. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know right now. You can have all the shiny new toys over here. You can have all the weapons over here. If you cannot control the line of scrimmage, you will lose the game. Period. You gotta control the line of scrimmage, and I know they say whoever has the better quarterback. Sometimes, but if you control that line of scrimmage, you will be in a very good position at the end of that game. Now, the one thing that I think that we haven't really thought of that we have an advantage is in the coaching staff. As I said before, Eric Bieniemy is gone. He's with the Commanders now. So we'll see how big of a role he really had in that Kansas City Chiefs offense, and designing the plays and finding guys the right niche. Was he Ben Johnson to the Kansas City Chiefs? Andy Reid is an offensive minded coach. We all know that, but how big of a role did Eric Bieniemy play in designing those plays? So that's something that we have to keep in mind. And then on the other hand, we got Ben Johnson, who his second year as offensive coordinator. Is he going to take that next step where at the end of the season they're going to be like, he's our coach. He's going to be the new head coach of a team. I hope so, because not that I want to lose him, but that just means he's done his job to the fullest. He stood out, and we were successful, and they want to capitalize off of that. So those are just things. Then we have all our player coaches. All the player coaches that are gonna be able to channel their inner player and let these young guys know how big of a situation it is. I mean, I know they see it on TV and news clippings and articles and stuff like that, but do they really realize that, hey, this is Super Bowl champions, and how bad are they licking their chops to get at this, man? Because you kind of hope that Kansas City has like a little bit of a Super Bowl hangover, right? I was searching Kansas City Chiefs, and I really haven't seen many videos of them going to work. I mean, I know they are, but I just don't see as many videos as the Lions. Maybe the Lions are just ahead of the game and getting people involved and letting people know. Maybe we're trying to draw people in to get people to buy into the Lions. So maybe that's why we have more on YouTube. But I was searching YouTube, and I just see very few videos of the Kansas City Chiefs, going to work. So that makes me think, man, how much of a hangover from that Super Bowl victory is going to come into effect and be, would be a factor in that game, because the Detroit Lions are hungry. They're hungry. They're on the cusp. They feel that this is the year. They're excited to get back to it. And I just, my hopes is the Kansas City Chiefs are a step behind. And they're just lagging a little bit, man. And there's no game but like that first game to really hone in and to really take advantage. Because Kansas City is a hard place to win. I'm going to tell you right now, Kansas City, Arrowhead, that is a hard place to come away with a victory. So I don't want the Lions fans to think we're just going to walk in there and just, yeah, we in Arrowhead. Yeah, no, it's a very hard place. It's one of the hardest places to get a victory in. So we're going to have to be ready. So, man, but leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about those three aspects. Our DBs versus their receivers, our O-line versus their D-line, our coaching staff versus their coaching staff. Or maybe there's something else that you would like to add in. Maybe our running backs versus their linebackers, or their running backs versus our linebackers. Let me know what you think, man, because this is going to be this will be one of the games of the year. I believe it by the end of week 18, by the end of that Sunday night game, week 18, you'll look back in the season at the top 5 games, maybe the top 10 games. You'll say that week 1. Can Detroit Lions versus Kansas City Chiefs? I think that was one of them. that was a one. That was a heavy hitter. But yeah, man, so just drop a comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this matchup. You know we hype. You know we getting money. You know we feel good over here in Lions Nation, man. So yeah, man, I'm about to get out of here though. Y'all know how I do. I'm going from the big house to Ford Field. Go blue, one pride. I holla at y'all.
To the house, I'm about to touchdown. Cheese living lavish, so our shit is plush style. Belly's big, but they full.